Most people who try to bounce between 3 or 4 countries a year fail. They burn out, they get jet lag, and their bank accounts get destroyed. Why? Because they try to go from Colombia to Spain, and then from Spain to Thailand, and then from Thailand to... They spend too much time in airport security lines and too much money on flights. If you want to actually live a multi-country life without feeling like you're exhausted and need to go home, you need to start by planning year-long regional clusters. In this video, I'll show you my 4-year blueprint that teaches you to live in 4 separate regions: Latin America, Southeast Asia, Europe, and the Balkans Caucasus region. I'll show you how keeping your yearly travel calendar regional will keep your travel days shorter, your flights cheaper, and you won't have to bounce around between time zones too much. And after you watch this, I have created a PDF guide with so much info for you guys. I'll tell you all the places to eat, see a doctor, how to find accommodations, how and where to book travel, and a lot more. Here's how to map out your first 12 months starting close to home. Year 1 is Latin America. This region is a favorite for remote workers because the time zones align perfectly with North American clients and companies. There is 0 jet lag. The flights home are short if you need to visit your family, and it's pretty easy to meet the requirements to get in legally. Your anchor for the first year is Mexico, where you will spend 4 months. Mexico is one of the most generous countries in the world for travelers, frequently granting up to 180 days on arrival. It doesn't matter if you choose Mexico City, a beach town like Playa del Carmen or Puerto Escondido, an expat community like Lake Chapala or San Miguel de Allende. Your time here is the perfect starting point for this region. In month 5, you will move into Central America for months 5 through 8, focusing on Costa Rica or Panama. Both of these countries are politically stable and safe. Panama uses the US dollar as their currency, making it even easier there if you're coming from the US. They both also offer dedicated digital nomad visas if you decide you want to stretch your stay a little bit longer. You will finish the year in months 9 through 12 by heading into South America and staying in Colombia or Peru. Cities like Medellin and Lima both have big expat communities, cheap domestic flights, and a very low cost of living. You can spend your weekdays working in co-working spaces and your weekends exploring, while staying in a similar time zone to the US and Canada. Year 2 takes us to Europe, which is a crowd favorite, but introduces a major logistical hurdle: the Schengen zone. If you have a US passport, you can only spend 90 out of any 180-day period inside the Schengen area. To live here for a full year without a residency visa, you have to master the art of alternating between Schengen and non-Schengen countries. This will keep your tourist clock refreshed. You are going to kick off months 1 through 3 by spending 90 days exploring Italy, Greece, Spain, or Portugal. Choosing which one will be the hardest part. Spend your time eating and de-stressing. Once your 90 days are up, you have to exit the Schengen zone to reset your clock. You will spend months 4 through 9 in Albania. Albania was Europe's best kept secret for travelers, but I don't really think it's a secret anymore. If you hold a US passport, you will be granted 1 year visa-free upon arrival, so 6 months is perfect. Albania is an affordable Mediterranean base that has beautiful coastlines and still has a low cost of living. For months 10 through 12, you will go to Poland. You can also choose Germany or France for this period. You'll be back in the Schengen zone, so make sure you plan correctly and do not go above 90 days. I chose these countries because they have amazing Christmas markets for these months. But if you don't like the cold weather, choose Spain or Cyprus instead, where it stays warmer. You've just lived in Europe for a full year, entirely legally, on simple tourist entry stamps. For our 3rd year, you are going to start at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, the Caucasus region. This is a great region for long-term travelers because these countries are close to each other, making travel cheaper and easier. If you want, you can eliminate some of the flights and take scenic trains instead. You'll spend months 1 through 6 in the country of Georgia. Georgia is legendary in the expat community for one simple reason. It allows citizens of over 90 countries to stay here for a full 365 days visa-free. The capital city of Tbilisi features stunning old world architecture, an incredible culinary scene, and an amazing tech and startup culture. It is quite literally designed for long-term stays. For months 7 through 9, you'll be in Armenia. You can take the overnight sleeper train from Tbilisi to Yerevan instead of flying. Armenia is a rapidly growing tech hub that is super safe, the people are friendly, and it is really affordable. The capital city, Yerevan, has a huge community of remote workers and entrepreneurs. When your 3 months in Armenia has ended, it will be time to move on to the next country in this region. You will finish the year with months 10 through 12 in Turkey. Istanbul is one of the greatest megacities on earth, and it serves as a massive global transportation hub. So when it's time to move on to the next region for year 4, you will find a lot of inexpensive flights from here. Turkey offers an easy process for short-term tourist residency. They have some of the best healthcare and an incredible culture and history. Your time here will go by so fast, you will want to stay longer. Year 4 is all about maximizing your cash flow. Southeast Asia is the perfect end to this 4-year cycle because the cost of living is so low that you can live great with many amenities for a lot less. For this year, your anchor cities are going to be Bangkok and Kuala Lumpur. These 2 cities both have world-class airports with cheap regional airlines like AirAsia, making your transitions that much easier. You'll start months 1 through 3 in Thailand. If you apply before your trip, you will get 60 days, which you can then extend locally for another 30 days. This gives you about 3 months to experience Chiang Mai, or the beaches of the southern islands, or the chaos of Bangkok. In month 4, you'll take a quick $80 flight to Vietnam for months 4 through 6. Vietnam offers a really low cost of living, a colorful way of life, amazing food, and it's easy to get an e-visa. You can split your time between Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, or Hanoi. There's a lot of places for you to choose from. For months 7 through 9, you'll move to Malaysia. This is an important stop because Malaysia is highly developed. Most people speak English, and it gives citizens of most Western countries a generous 90-day visa-free stay at the border. Kuala Lumpur gives you a modern, amenity-filled apartment, super fast internet, and great food. It's a perfect home base to catch up on work or eating. You will close out this final part of the year with months 10 through 12 in either Indonesia or the Philippines. By the end of this year, you will have spent very little on transportation. I made a useful PDF guide with tons of info about how to book the travel, how to find accommodations, the food, medical care, and more. I'll link to it in the description box below. By the end of this 4th year, you will have completed a masterclass in slow travel. You will have seen the world, built a global network, and kept your sanity and most of your savings intact. Now you can start over and do 4 more years with the exact same countries, or choose different ones this time. If you liked the video and the info in it, I hope you'll subscribe for more strategies on living and working anywhere in the world. See you in the next video.